Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Steve, man. Today, I'm coming at y'all live with a skills session where we're breaking down life like it's film. Can you be real for a second? You feel like you're losing in life, and it's not because you're not capable. It's because you keep quitting. You keep quitting before you can even get started. Sure, you might get started in 1 or 2 days, but then what? You fall off. You stop being consistent. So today, we're going to talk about how to keep that consistency going. And so make sure in the future, you don't quit on yourself. It seems like every time it gets hard, every time the discipline gets uncomfortable, every time your circumstances get switched out of your comfortability, you tap out. What if the version of yourself you praying for is on the other side of that consistency, is on the other side of that discipline, is on the other side of that structure that you waiting to implement for your lifestyle? So the first step that you making to kill your potential is this right here. You already started by making excuses. This is why I say if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's not easy to show up. It's not easy to work through. It's not easy to follow through on the word that you said you was going to do. That's why you got to do it. You starting off by saying, I'll start next week. Whatever it is, if it's making content, if it's working out. Let's say your goal is working out. You're going to say, I'll start next week. Why not today? You got 24 hours in a day. You work for 8 hours. You sleep for 8 hours. What about the other 8 hours? Instead of sleeping in your comfort, laying in your comfort, whatever it is you like to do for comfort, get out of it. Bring your clothes to work with you. So that way, right after you get off work, you shoot to the gym. It ain't no excuse. The gym take what, 30 minutes, maybe to an hour for a good gym session. You don't need to go 2 hours. You're not Ronnie Coleman. You're just trying to stay in shape. You're not busy. You have enough time. It's do you want it bad enough? Then it's the second step in your cycle. Your missed reps. It starts in the gym, at the house, at work. You cutting yourself short all the time. Let's say you did start going to the gym. You the type of person to start missing reps, to start skipping workouts. Oh no, that's too hard. Man, just do the work, bro. And those missed reps, that leads to shame. You start shaming yourself. You start feeling like you never gonna get past to where you want to be. You start looking down and you seeing your big stomach and you thinking, man, it's never gonna get better. It's because you already done messed up the previous 2 sets before this. All you had to do is stay true to your plan, stick to your word, and do what you said you was gonna do. And none of these 2 steps would have happened. But now look, now we here at that shame. You start telling yourself you never gonna change when that's not true. All you have to do is just make the actionable steps and actually do them this time. But here, now we shameful. Now we feeling sorry for ourselves. So now what does that lead to? Inaction. You end up doing nothing. You just sit in your own pity. You sit in your own sorrow. You sit in your own shame. You sit in your own comfort, ultimately. You get comfortable in this state that you're in, knowing that you're never going to do anything to fix it because you don't have the fortitude to actually stand on your business, to stand on your word. Once you get to this stage, you already then fooled yourself into thinking it's not worth it. Your goal is not worth it. That's already out the window. And then this cycle starts over and over again from 4 to 1. You start back with the excuses leading to the missed reps and on and on and on. Man, it's one word and it's simple. Execution. You need execution. You need to execute your plan that you have set out for yourself. Point blank, period. It's no other way around it. Let's go back to excuses for a second. Every time you make an excuse for something that you didn't do, you're reinforcing that wrong identity that you're trying to break out of. Are you fearful of your own success? That's what it sounds like. That's all excuses are, is fear in disguise. You keep protecting your comfort when you're really just preventing your progress, preventing your purpose, preventing who you're truly meant to be. Now let's go over to missed reps. You missed the gym. You're not tired, you're just untrained. You steady thinking about how much effort it's gonna take for you to do something instead of just doing it and thinking about the feeling that you're gonna feel afterwards. You thinking about how much effort it's gonna take for you to lift weights, to hop on that treadmill, to go run a few miles, instead of thinking about the benefit that those things bring. You expecting results for the work you didn't put in, and then you want motivation when the results don't come. You already know that motivation is temporary. That motivation gonna last you what, a few days, and then at the slightest inconvenience, you back to sitting in your comfort. You back in them bad habits. You back not standing on business. Every missed rep gonna compound over time. One missed day gonna turn into a missed week. A missed week gonna turn into a missed month. A missed month turn into a missed quarter. But while your missed reps compound, you know what does compound? That discipline. That discipline gonna compound into growth. That growth gonna compound into progress. And now that progress should be what should fuel you to keep going. But you still on step 1. You can't even show up and just put the work in. You gotta earn up to that progress state. You still on level 1. And now we on to shame. Your favorite part. Because you love to be the victim. Your shame is telling you, nah, don't even try it again. It ain't even worth it. You just gonna fail anyway. You telling yourself this. If you could read a transcript of all the things you telling yourself, all the comfort that you lying in, all the negative things that you are compounded onto yourself, you need to speak positive thoughts to yourself. Speak life into yourself. Those I am statements are gonna follow up into what you're gonna be. If you keep saying I am trash, I am lazy, I am fat, you're gonna look up and you're gonna be that. Your next I am statement should be I am disciplined. I am growing. I am getting better. That all comes with just getting 1% better every day by showing up, putting that work in, and repeating. And if you do fail one day, so what? Your failure isn't final. Your failure is just your feedback for that day. Now you can show up the next day and do what? Do better than you did. Build on top of your failure. Build on top of that. And you know what that builds up to? Growth. You don't need to be perfect to show up. You don't need to be perfect to get 1% better. You just need to keep showing up. Show up again and again and again. You shouldn't expect perfection of yourself. Nobody expects perfection. But you should expect for yourself to just show up. Showing up is the hardest thing you can do. Once you show up, you're already there. You might as well just put the work in. Lastly, inaction. Inaction just equals decay. You are rotting in your comfort. You keep praying for consistency. You keep praying for results, but you won't move. You have all the tools to get the work, but what you doing? Sitting on your hands. You sitting on your comfort. You keep scrolling. You got strong fingers, but you got weak feet. Look, man, you've been talking about change long enough. It's time for execution. Every time things get hard, you say the same excuses that start this whole cycle over and over again. Cut it out. And that's the cycle you in. Excuses. Excuses that lead to missed reps, that lead to shame, and that lead to inaction. That leads to nothing. And then it starts all over again. And that's how you stop quitting on yourself, man. I can't want it for you. You got to want it for yourself, man. If you don't take anything away from what I just said, man, just show up. Do it afraid. Do it scared. Do it tired. Just do it. I sound like a Nike ad, but seriously, man. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Be that 1%, let's get to it. That's where that come from. I want you to just get 1% better than you did the previous day. Hopefully I was able to shift your perspective on something, make you to get up, put that work in, draw you closer to your purpose instead of closer to your comfort. If anything in this video spoke to you, and I mean anything, give me a like, comment, subscribe. All my socials in the bio. And for real this time, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Be that 1%, let's get to it.